Here we go. It's your coach, Pauly C. Austin, Texas. Okay, it's been a minute. Been working in the boiler room here, new boiler room with the guys, and been working on closing techniques at a high level. And so it came up again, and I thought that I'd cover it in a prior video. I looked back, and if I did, it's been a while, but a strategy around follow-up, because people talk about, well, I'm making these calls and I don't really know what to say. Like when I jump back into the conversation, like how do I reignite the conversation? What do I say? And so there's no real script we can have for a follow-up call. Now there's a generic follow-up script that's actually in the playbook, but follow-up is so custom to the people that you're talking to. So what are you saying based off of what was said? Okay, so let's jump in there. Is that the strategy around making follow-up calls is past, present, future. Okay, now remember that. Past, present, future when you're making these calls for talking to people that were considering to buy or sell real estate. Okay, so past, what did we talk about? Now, hey, look, you better be making notes, and in the CRM, you better be using a CRM. And if you're not, because I didn't when I first got started, and I had a little folder, and there was single sheet lead sheets. I was actually using lead sheets back in the day, but I was very organized as far as how I was taking notes, the last call that was made, the date, who I was talking to, yada yada. Okay, so all of those notes are critical for you to be able to jump back in and re-identify yourself, reintroduce yourself, and make mention of when you had reached out to them, the date, the time, the day, and what you were talking about. Now look, your energy is critical moving back into that conversation, because they may not remember you, or they're going to have some haziness about recollecting you. And so you need to be able to inject energy into that conversation so that you can try to pick up with where you left off, and talking about what you talked about, especially if it's custom to their kid or their mom, or some sort of emotional tie to what was important about moving and how it benefited them. See motivational script on those two critical questions around finding motivation. What's important about that? What does that do for you? And you're digging in and using that as emotional trigger points to be able to make that immediate connection. Now, it's not going to solve all the answers for you, but it's going to help you make that initial reconnection, because you need to reactivate that conversation and not just get a quick no because they think it's a sales call and they don't really remember you, and the conversation's over quickly, which will still happen. Okay, so I'm trying to minimize that so that I can make sure that I am personally creating a conversation that's rooted in the conversation from that we had before. Okay, so past. Now present. Okay, what's going on right now? Where are you at with what's happening right now? What are your thoughts around it? And what's your wife think about that? Or your husband think about that? Or your partner think about that? Or your kid think about that? Or your mom think about that? Or what's happening with what's going on with that? Who, what, when, where, how, why around the present, so that you can find out what's happening now, and then ultimately, where is that going? Okay, past, present, and future, because the future is going to be either set an appointment, set a follow-up call, or throw them in the trash. And it's okay. It's okay to be able to get rid of leads, because some of these bad leads are hiding your good ones. And you want to pre-qualify them at a higher level in regards to what's going on with their situation and their motivation. And so when I use the past to re-engage the conversation, to reactivate the conversation, I use the present to find out what's happening right now and get an update, and maybe extract some more information from some of those questions I didn't ask the first time around. See the script and questions you didn't ask, to be able to figure out where I'm going, which is set an appointment, set follow-up, or trash them. Because the follow-up is where the money's made. And you know this, fortune's in the follow-up, and that 80% of the appointments are made in the follow-up. And so your ability to be versatile, to bring energy to extract information and create a customized personal conversation is critical to you being a confident and a powerful communicator, so that you can connect with more people, so that you can serve more people. Real Sales Talk. Stay tuned.